right, Cheezer's back for part 3 for the 50 tourney. So this one's going to be the shortest one. I was kind of talking about this in the last one, how that's kind of how it goes, like the final round. If you're going for a big tourney like this, that's kind of how it turns out a lot of the time. Unless you're literally trying to manipulate it, it's going to be the shortest round. So even though I'm in a really good position, and even though I'm at 40 already, and I'm pretty sure I basically hit the damage total already. Like that, I would have to like super choke to not hit that goal. But to get the 50, I still need a decent amount of frags here. So gonna try my best to do that. But yeah, so last part for this, pretty short one. And when this one's coming out, I think that it should be the day of the update, so it should be pretty exciting. Should have like patch notes and stuff like that already out. Like I said, might double up, might do another video right away. Not sure, but we'll see. Hopefully it's exciting stuff. Yeah, I'm really glad that I was on Monaco for this one. Every other like big tourney that I've had since this one, because this one was a few days ago before recording this, it's like almost always on Monaco. I think I mentioned in part 1 that I had one on Kyoto. I still don't understand how that happened. But most of the time it's Monaco. I think this map is just so mixy. It's so good for this type of gameplay. And it does kind of depend on how the other team is playing. Because like for medium, I think that these rooftops, and obviously with the pike and jump pads and stuff like that, like these rooftops and playing these, like making the gameplay around this is really good for my class and my loadout. So if the other team is trying to do the same thing and they're trying to like work the rooftops and stuff like that, that really plays into my favor. One thing I have noticed though, certain lobbies, and it tends to be ones with a lot of lights, I think is generally when it's pretty bad, is that if they stick to the insides of the buildings, obviously that can make things a lot more difficult. And you kind of have to hope that you're getting like good cash outs. Like for example, the one that we're on right here is a pretty good one, I'd say, for me, because eventually they have to go out in the open somewhat, you know? But there's a lot of cash outs on this map that can be in buildings, and yeah, you know, maybe you can have a heavy teammate help you with destruction, but even then, at a certain point, you have to go into like a close quarters fight, and that's not really going to play into the pike's strengths. So even though I think that Monaco is like the best map for this, with this weapon, it can be a little bit trickier than it seems, because of that. Because if you can't play the rooftops, if the other teams, if they're playing the insides, and if a lot of the cash outs are on the insides of the buildings, that can really mess things up. So basically, the point I'm getting at is that like even though I obviously had a really good tourney, there was obviously like a lot of luck that played into this too. I feel like I had pretty good luck with the cash outs and with the way like other people were playing to be able to make this strategy work. I've had some tourneys in Monaco that have been pretty rough with the pike because it's been the opposite. So yeah, like even though I think I did a pretty good job and definitely deserved the big tourney, I won't deny that there was definitely like a pretty decent luck factor too. And yeah, I'm glad things worked out the way that they did, essentially. And as you can see, I think we're already at 7. Yeah, we're already at 7. So all I need now is 3 more. So just looking for 3 more. Trying to find the spawns. I feel like I have a pretty decent grasp of the spawns in the final when the cash outs are up. But the spawns when it's just the vault and it hasn't been deposited, I feel like I don't have a very good grasp of that. I feel like I'm kind of guessing. And it's important stuff to figure out though, because like, especially with this gun too, and working the rooftops and everything kind of goes back to that. If you know the spawns pretty well, and you can, you know, get yourself in a good position on one of these rooftops to have like a perfect look at where they're going to spawn, it's like really abusable on this map. I don't know. I don't think I do it like anything too crazy in this final. But I've had some finals on Monaco where like we get a wipe. The money's been deposited, so they're going to get the closer spawn. And I will get on a certain rooftop, and I feel like, you know, I'm pretty confident of where they're going to spawn. And I'm legit like basically shooting them off spawn, like immediately. or they go for like an obvious like zip line, but I'm already like waiting there, get an easy pick. There's a lot of, I think this map is one of the best maps for doing that if you know where things are. A little bit of drama, or where the spawns are. A little bit of drama in this one. We actually did lose that one. I feel like I kind of trolled that one. I probably could have played a little more patient up top, and also need one more for the 50. So it did make things kind of spicy. It did make things kind of spicy. Now, on the one hand, if I choked all the kills here and they got the point, that's a whole nother, 3 to 5 minutes of gameplay for me to get that extra kill. And I feel pretty confident that we'd clutch up against this team. So it's not the worst thing in the world. And we could just stat pad at that point. But I don't want to do that. I want to win the tourney, and I want to get the 50 as well. Again, I was talking about it in the last one. Like, I know you could cheese it like that, but I don't really like doing that. So we get the 50 right there. That was the last kill for it. So if I get another one, it's just extra. But pretty hype, got the 50, and now we're going for the win. Teammate got that, and this is going to be pretty hard for them to it's basically chalked. It's basically chalked. This, if you've played enough finals, if you get wiped around where, like, when they got wiped, they, like, technically have a chance, but not really. Like, if we don't do anything stupid, it's locked. And if you get wiped, like, literally when it's 3/4, then it's like 100% there's zero chance. But yeah, look at the time on it. It's, even when we wiped them, I mean, there's not really enough time for them to even get there. And then once they get there, they got to kill us. Like, it's just not going to happen. So that was game, and we perfectly wrapped it up with that one kill. We got it back. Solid final. I hit my favorite emote. And we're going to see what the final look at the stats are. 2 donuts. That's unfortunate on the other team. And let's see what it is when it pops up here. And pretty good damage total there to add on to it, too. There you go. Over 35k. We got the 50 and 4. Pretty clean. So pretty clean. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Really good round. We'll probably have some post-update stuff to come after this one. So GG's, and see you in the next one.